Today, I've got a story for you that sounds, well, it sounds almost made up. It's the story of how a regular couple with totally normal jobs ended up with a retirement fund of 3 crore rupees. Yep, you heard that right. So, I came across this story not too long ago, and honestly, it completely blew my mind. It's one of those things that just makes you rethink everything you thought you knew about building wealth. You know, it really gets you thinking about that big question, right? Can someone with a totally normal, everyday job actually become a crorepati? I mean, really? Most of us would probably shake our heads and say, no way. But this story, well, it tells a very different tale.
All right, so who are we talking about here? Who are these financial geniuses? You're probably picturing what, some high-flying CEO, a tech billionaire? Not even close. The real answer is so much more surprising, and honestly, it's way more inspiring.
Get this. The husband, he's a 65-year-old electrician, just retired from a private company. And his wife, she's an insurance agent. I mean, these are the folks we're talking about. No crazy 6-figure salaries, no stock options, none of that stuff. Just regular, steady jobs. Okay, let's talk numbers, because this is where it gets wild. When the electrician retired, his savings totaled 1.4 crore rupees. Think about that. That's an incredible amount by itself. But hold on, because that is only half of the picture. Then you've got his wife, the insurance agent. She had her own retirement savings stacked up, and her total? A massive 1.6 crore rupees. You seeing where this is headed yet? So you add it all up, and this couple walked into retirement with a combined nest egg of 3 crore rupees. 3 crores. Just let that number hang in the air for a second. Wow. But what does a number like 3 crore actually mean in real life? Like, what does that get you? Well, let's be conservative. Let's say you get an 8% return on that. That's 24 lakh rupees a year. Or, to put it another way, that's 2 lakh rupees hitting your bank account every single month, and that's without even touching the original 3 crores. That's just the interest. Okay, I know what you're thinking. The question on everyone's mind is, how, right? What was their secret? Some complicated stock market trick? A secret crypto investment? What did they do? And I gotta tell you, the answer is probably the most shocking part of this whole thing. So here it is, their secret strategy. Brace yourself. There was no secret. They simply maxed out their PPF, and they maxed out their EPF every single year. That's it. That was the whole plan. Just pure, boring discipline with the most basic, straightforward tools you can imagine. Now, I bet I know the next thought popping into your head. To save that much money, they must have lived like monks, right? Never went on vacation, never bought anything nice, just sacrificed everything for the future. It's what we all assume. But you'd be wrong. And this, for me, is the most powerful part of the entire story. The person telling it made this super clear. They said it's not that they didn't live life. They lived it fully, but wisely. You know, for them, that just meant they put saving first right from the get-go. They dodged big debts like a car loan. And they were just intentional about where their money went. They always kept their eye on the prize. So, when you boil it all down, what's the big lesson here? What can we really take away from the incredible story of this electrician and this insurance agent? It's this, and it's so important. Real, long-term financial success, it's not about finding some complex secret formula. It's not a get-rich-quick thing. It's about doing the simple, kind of boring stuff over and over and over again, year after year, until that consistency just compounds into something absolutely amazing. And that brings us right back to that word, doesn't it? Wisely. They live their lives wisely. So the final question I want to leave you with isn't really about them anymore. It's about you. What does living wisely look like for your financial journey?